Been on. Hey guys, how are you all? This is Hey, I'm the immersion coach. Hope you guys are all well. I'm super excited. I've come down to the big city. I've come down to London from my quiet little town up north, but it's a small city actually. Derby is a small city, but I'm here in London in Shepherd's Bush, and just meeting up with, well, it was my good friend Preet, who's like my adopted sister. We were meeting up, but Preet insisted I needed to meet up with a couple of incredible human beings. And you know, we literally have been, this is Sesh over here.
Hi guys.
There's Christian over there. And Sesh, we've like only been here, what, a matter of minutes, haven't we?
Minutes.
Literally minutes.
But they say great minds think alike.
Absolutely. And I've never met this guy before. And we... Honestly, guys, we've just got into the deepest, longest, most connected conversation that I've had for a long, long time. So Sesh, I just need to tell you, Sesh has also written a book called Unlock the Collaboration Code. I'm going to get a copy of this book and I'm going to read that, because one of the things that we were talking about was collaboration. And I was saying to Sesh, you know, the two words that I came into this year with was inspired collaborations. And these words have stuck with me and driven my business for the last 6 months. And I have no idea where they're going to take my business over the next 6 months, because we're coming up to halfway house, aren't we? But the collaboration code, I think working with the right kind of people around you and never taking that journey alone is so very important. But let's see what everyone else wants to share today.
So I've got a question for you, Cole.
Go on then.
So here goes.
It's going to be a question.
It's a live question, guys. Live questions. Live questions. Every book has a chapter.
Yeah.
What's your next chapter? What are you going to do in the next 6 months?
Awesome question, guys. And I don't think I've answered it to you guys, but here's my next chapter, and it's live. So the next 6 months, the first 6 months have been amazing. You know, so many things have happened. But the next 6 months is about making a much bigger international impact. In the next 6 months, I should be working with international organizations. I should be standing up in predominantly India. I just sense India is going to be there. I should be in India. I shall do something in India, but more than just India. One thing I haven't shared with you, and guys on here who watch me on a regular basis will know, I have a mission statement. And my mission statement is to change the world through the transformation of how people think. So that starts this year. So It's taken me 2.5 years to get to where I am right now. But from here on in, that mission statement is going to come alive, and it's going to start in the next 6 months.
So what's the title? What's the chapter title?
Oh wow! Hay's impact on the world, or my ripple effect.
My ripple effect.
My ripple effect sounds better. What do you think, guys?
Ask you guys. I mean, ask everyone else. What do you think, guys?
Ripple effect, guys. Hey Janine, good to see you. Susan, good to see you. Paramjit, Archana, Connie, Susan, Avka. Oh, we've got an international audience. Nirali, good to see you. Barry, Avka, Jatinder, Alambia.
So, interestingly enough, I spoke at the UN in July last year, this very same time, in New York, on entrepreneurship and collaboration.
Yeah.
And it happened just like this, a chance meeting where the person sitting opposite me, can you imagine this? The person you're sitting with says, hey, I'm going to New York and I've got to do something and I've got to speak, but I can't go.
I love it when that happens.
Right, and so often we don't seize the opportunity. And the reason for me asking about the next chapter is because if we don't frame, sometimes we're all attracted to headlines.
I'll put this closer to you just in case I can't hear you.
Sorry, cool. Yeah. So we're all attracted to headlines. It's just part of news, propaganda, you know, fake news, whatever we call it.
Yeah.
We are just attracted to news. But the news headline that we should relate to the most about ourselves is wishy-washy.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
We set ourselves goals every year. How many of those do we actually achieve?
Do you know what?
I'm sorry, mate.
You've hit the nail on the head for me. And I talk about this, coming to the end of every single year, I talk about this. Throw out New Year's resolutions. Because what we do, we tend to make goals on the spur of the moment.
Right,
you know?
right.
So then, okay, I'm going to get fit. I'm going to go to the gym more. So you go to the gym for the first 2 weeks of January. And then the third week of January, it's like that subscription is a hefty price to pay, but you don't actually use it.
But cool, you don't love your goals, and that's where I think we're wrong. If you love something, you will be passionate with it. You will work with it.
Would it make sense to you if I said to you that every year I actually meditate on my goals?
Wow.
You know, we go deep, and so like my partner and I will sit there and we literally meditate. We talk about our goals over a whole week. We go deep into our goals.
Why don't we ask your audience, how many people set goals and have actually achieved any?
Go on, guys.
Go on, guys. I challenge you. I challenge you to be honest. Yeah.
You got to be honest. How many of you set goals and not done anything about them? You know, and how many of you? I guess the ideal ones are the ideal examples are New Year's resolutions. How many of you? And I know I've done this in the past. How many have set New Year's resolutions but not actually achieved them? Done nothing about it. Just shout out and let me know. And be honest with us. Just let us know, because we've all been there. You know, I've done it so many times in my time. Gary, good to see you. Ben, all the way from Germany, good to see you too.
We should rebrand it New Year's Evolution.
Evolution.
Not
New Year's
resolution.
evolution.
Well, I came up with a statement only yesterday. What was it? Wisdomathon. To go with Jurassic Park. We have so much wisdom around us, but we don't use it.
Brilliant.
It's so old, you know. It's in some ways archaic, but if our minds are alert, we can learn a lot.
And our intuition needs to be alert on alert.
Correct.
Because we were saying early on, you know, so many of us get frustrated that life just isn't going our way. And I was just saying to Sesh, you know, I think that's because we get so focused on our problems that all we see are our problems.
And you attract more problems.
And you just get more, because one feeds into the other and it just goes into a bit of a cycle. And I was saying that I think what people need to do is develop more spatial awareness. So rather than just look at the problem, look around the problem, because that's where the real magic happens. That is where your solutions are, that is where your opportunities are, that is where all this stuff that you can actually do with your life, that you can grasp, that will really change your life, that's what it is. Hey Deborah, good to see you. Farah, thanks for jumping in. So Preet, what do you think? Let's get Preet in on this.
Oh wow! Well, at the moment I'm just thinking about collaboration, like how much power there is to when we really support and step in for each other rather than working against each other and having feelings that you need to get better than other. If we just have a feeling that we all so whatever I wish for myself, I wish for everybody else also. And I think that's the biggest power, that because then we create this powerhouse together team where we all elevate each other, and that's my favorite thing on the planet.
I love that. And that's all about collaborations again, isn't it?
Again.
Christian, some words from you.
I think having read and in the process of reading Sesh's book, I like the distinction between cooperation and collaboration.
I like that.
That he alludes to it and he describes in great detail throughout the book. So with cooperation, generally it's someone's looking to gain or to take advantage more often than not, or to get the upper hand. So that's like Stephen Covey would say, a win-lose situation. Whereas conversely, collaboration is about how can I make this a win situation for the person I'm going to be working with, and that's comes back to what we just pointed out a second ago. It's relationship building.
It is, yeah.
Build that relationship. How can I be of service to you? How can I empower you? How can I make you greater?
I learned a long time ago in negotiations, always look for a win-win situation. So if you're going into a negotiation, don't just think about, what can I get out of this, and and just grab what I can, and
what am I bringing?
What am I bringing to the party
Ask
as well?
yourself that
And I can help the other person also walk away from this and feel that they've got something out of this. Sesh, some final words from you.
So I asked you a very serious and sincere question, what's your next chapter? But it wasn't just aimed for you.
No, of course not. We all need to be
thinking about that. And there's no harm in sharing what the headlines are, because if we don't share it, we can't relate.
And do you know, one of the reasons that people don't share these kind of things is because they think that the idea is so big that other people are going to laugh at
Right.
them. And you just heard, guys, how big my idea is. I want to have global impact this year. Global impact. And now a lot of people might look at me and think, oh, come on, that's a bit stupid, or that's a bit unachievable, that's a bit of a wishy-washy kind of thing to say. I'm putting it out there, that's what my impact is going to be in the next 6 months. Sesh, what's yours?
My impact is I'm launching a really interesting business venture with a group of senior executives.
Awesome.
I do the leadership development, but sometimes opportunities do arise, and it requires you to take the lead. Sometimes when you're consulting with someone, there isn't anything better than you actually doing it yourself.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm taking control over one of these projects. It's global. Watch this space. It's a very interesting
exciting,
space.
guys.
And
Exciting.
the headline is, "You are going."
Headline is "You are going," and do you know what? We could all have that particular headline for our own lives. You are going. You are going to where you want to go, but you have to do the work. You have to connect up the thought with the action. You have to do it. All right, guys, we're going to love you and leave you. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining us all. And I'm going to get on with this green drink that I've got here. And
Bye, everybody.
some
Thank you.
inspired collaboration conversations. Take care. Bye-bye now.